In a game of rugby league, you've only got 80 minutes. 80 minutes out there to play set by set and get your way up the field and score tries. Every moment counts when you're on the field. And it's with this in mind that we utilise the training techniques so that we can specialise in making contact with our opponent and taking more energy out of the opponent than what that opponent takes out of us. The Manly Seagulls was always about the wrestle, always about very highly intensive twisting and turning and flattening and slamming each other around. Around 2007, towards the end, we'd have thought we wouldn't mind going into a little bit of unknown ground, so we picked up a sporting technique called jiu-jitsu. This was a lot like wrestling, except a lot faster, and a great way for the men to use a lot of energy, keep moving. We learned techniques on how to move and shift bodies and counterbalance weight so that we could get the advantage. All these years later, 2013, one of the main stars and one of the hardest workers in our team has decided to actually pursue jiu-jitsu as a sideline sport and earn his belts, and that's Anthony Watmoe.
Doing it with Marcelo and the Eagles for years now, since '07. And then I started talking to Marcelo and I said I wanted to get a bit fitter and so it helps me on the field, but probably a bit more discipline. It helps me in my defence and just sort of in my everyday fitness, getting out and about and running on the field and then in games especially. I think it's helped a tremendous amount there.
Everybody comes here to train with us. They always looking to fill up a gap, if it's fitness or self-defense or lack of confidence. I think in the case of Chalk is a challenge. So he's working hard, learn, having fun, and we actually learn jiu-jitsu too. Some techniques, some positions that they actually help in the game. When to use the strength, when to breathe, when to actually use the strength and when to relax, So pay attention more, not just muscle all the time, Use the technique. In your game, there's a lot of tricks as well, a lot of technical stuff. So you just in the body contact, you have a lot of physical work, but actually works these little tricks. So he's a top athlete. He can bring this mind that he learns here, the little tricks, how to relax and how to use better grips to actually use in the game, and keep him mentally healthy and give the mental edge as well,
Yeah, we work really hard on our wrestling in that Manly, and the things that little things that Marcelo's taught me just from doing one-on-one sessions with him down here at Gracie Bar. He's I take it back to the boys and it's stuff that they've never even heard of before. So the little things that I can take to them, they're helping. But it'd be better if we could all get down there and do it all together, a lot more.
The squad, when it trains with the jiu-jitsu, is very competitive, and one of the big advantages is that there's no weight class in jiu-jitsu. So when we're on the mat, they will fight. So you might quite often get Cherry paired up with George Rose, or Ballin and Foran going at it. The most important aspect after that collision is the actual the grapple or the sticking to the opponent. With the techniques and the experience of training with jiu-jitsu, the men get used to rolling or holding or the importance of pulling the opponent in close, and it really does help when you've got good feet taking the collision, and then you're able to hold that opponent close to you to get him to the ground to slow him down and playing the ball. Obviously, for anybody who watches the game, you can see that the physical attributes have been passed onto the field, and Chalky's really embracing his new sport.
It's something that I really love doing, and it's something I love learning about. And when Marcelo talks about jiu-jitsu, it makes you want to start again and do another session. And I wish I could take all the sessions we've been doing since '07 and use them, but I can't. I've got to start from the bottom and start from when I started a few months ago and work my way up and see how far I can get.
Anthony He doesn't take any shortcuts at training. He never has, and he doesn't miss anything at training. But he still finds a little bit of extra energy to come here and train with Marcelo.
Like he said, he's a white belt. He starts from the bottom. He's a top athlete. He learns so fast, and he is always motivated, you know, and that's really important too for a trainer. You know, you see an athlete motivated helps us a lot. You know, he trains so hard. Come here and we do a very good session for him, a hard session, and he leaves here always better than he came. You know, that's the good part when you leave a class, you know, and he always leave here with a big smile, you know, and happy.
I might be tired, you know, and then coming from training, but then, you know, I can come here, you know, being low on energy, but then, you know, actually get a lot out of it and leave with heaps more energy.
Jiu-Jitsu for everyone. So it's for this reason, you know. My son started training Jiu-Jitsu, he was 3.5 years old. And my cousin that actually motivated me to train Jiu-Jitsu, today is 76 years old. He's a red belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And, you know, he's an example in the family, you know. So definitely it's for everyone.
Yeah, anyone. Look, like I said, my wife, she's coming to do it. She's, you know, 50 kilos dripping wet, and, you know, hopefully she'll get up there one day. But no, look, it's, you know, for my boy, I did it to, you know, for a bit of discipline for him, but also to learn how to defend himself. And, you know, he started off doing 1 day a week, and, you know, he's doing it 3 days a week now. He loves doing it, and, you know, he couldn't think of doing anything else.
The anti-bullying campaign from Gracie Barra, they use it all over the world. They start in America, now they have in Brazil. You actually run a test for the community. It was free every Saturday. It was awesome. And all the other Gracie Barras around New South Wales were using as well. They have a really good response. And it's all about to make the kids, Jiu-Jitsu is not the art of violence. You don't punch, you don't kick, you know. So it's all about to control first, always for them to stand for themselves, you know, to be able to talk with confidence. And if actually happens something, they get attacked, you know, how to manage the situation without hurt them.
You know, you get a lot out of it. Although you come into the session pretty sore and pretty tired, you know, although it's really hard, you probably leave with a lot more energy than what you walked in with. You know, it's something I'm really trying to embrace, everything about it, and, you know, it seems to be working for me at the moment.